Hey, what's up?
원이다.
Your team has unleashed the Kraken. Victory.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the ESL Vainglory Cup Series. I'm Jason Kappen, joined by Blueberries today. It's not Don John, it is Blueberries, and we'll be bringing you all of today's action. We're actually in Cup number 8, but before that, how are you doing today so far?
I'm good. Excited to see the first match, which is actually, well, the last two North American teams who are remaining in this cup. It was on top Vertigo, they lost, and Wicked, they are also out. So the only two teams who can still go to the finals and take the 8th Vainglory Cup Series.
And so again, let's go and show you the brackets really quickly, just to have an idea of the teams that will be coming your way. We have Red Team 1 up against Fire Elements in our first game. Fitzbone up against Team Crunch, Unknown O, which is unknown, up against Red Team 2, and House of Batiatas up against Collab. We did have Team HC get picked up by Unknown, so now they're Unknown P, I believe.
Yeah.
Unknown P, yep. But the game we're bringing you, House of Batiatas against Collab. It is two North American teams, the only two North American teams left in the tournament. We'll be facing off head-to-head, and I think I was a little bit wrong. I never got 100% confirmation on this, but there was one more cup than I expected, or than I thought there was, so I'll show you the points really quickly. I said last cup that the top 8 teams are locked in 100%, but there's still a chance if Fire Elements can knock out Wild Panthers if they do get through relatively far in both cups, and Wild Panthers do not. So there is a chance, even with House of Batiatas, could potentially get knocked off. But I think Red Team 2 is probably the point where it's pretty good. They can't really be knocked out anytime soon. But again, we'll have to find out after this cup. Will really determine, what solid 8 teams we have coming through. And I believe we're into the picks.
Yeah,
Awesome.
We are going through the picks and see the first match here. It's the quarterfinals. Well, actually, they all locked in pretty fast. And we see Iraqi Zorro, Toph, and Gabe Wiesel here playing Vox, Fortress, and Taka. Very nice to see the new hero here. And on the other side, we see Gibbs, Flashy, and Maiko. They're going for Cool, Adagio, and Koshka.
Okay, so we did have a double jewel ban by both these teams, so that's why we're not seeing her being used in the fold. The Fortress we saw quite a bit actually in the last cup, in the last 2 cups, and I'm still hit or miss on it, still not 100% sold on whether how strong it is, but I guess we'll maybe be able to find out today. And so we have Collab over on the blue side and House of Batiatas on the orange side. And look at these 2 comps. We've seen a lot of Adagio coming out lately. How are you feeling about him with this lineup?
Well, personally, I think Adagio is a very good choice, especially when you fight against Ataka. Therefore, with the Gift of Fire, it's very good and nice to slow Taka down, lower down the movement speed, and try to minimize the damage he does.
All right. Well, we did actually see a lane Adagio building weapon power.
Yeah.
I think out of a... Was it Redemption, I think, that built him. But we'll find out how it's going to happen this time. Fortress, of course, going with the contract. Double shooters for Taka and Vox. So we're going for that attack speed. And we had to question Vox, how strong is he now that he was nerfed quite a bit? His resonance only hits 2 targets now instead of 3. And then the damage, I think, was scaled down a little bit. So his wave clear's a little bit weaker early on. But I don't think I've talked to you about it, just on John. What's your thoughts on the Vox changes?
Well, personally, I think he is still a viable pick in lane. Therefore, I hope Iraqi Zorro can prove this today here in the match against Miko. Well, as said, the early on damage is kind of lowered. There's the first blood. Well, actually, it was tough. He went down, and now we might see the second kill. Gabe Wiesel might not. He can make it. He can Kaku out, but Iraqi Zorro, he's gonna get down 2-0 here for House of Batiatas. Okay, well, that was really, really quick. And as we have seen, a lot of attack speed, and Cool, he just bought the tier 2 Blazing Salvo for that one. And, well, let's get back to the lane. Miko, well, he has the Book of Eulogies, and, well, therefore kind of hard to push him back from the lane because of the huge 70 health regeneration.
Yeah, we did see actually Glaive quite a bit in the lane in cut number 7, and he was trying to sustain with the house, or not the house, the Book of Eulogies, but his wave clear seemed to be a little bit too slow, and we saw Ringos go up against him, or just any sort of ranged champion. Even Jewel was just able to push him out because he can't wave clear quick enough to heal fast enough. But we do have an early lead for House of Batiatas. For everyone that's wondering over at over on the stream, we did not pair these 2 teams against each other. It's not like we intentionally put them. It's all due to seeding and all due to the games that they played earlier on. I think they played a round of 16 match, and I think a round of 32 match. So again, it's all in the seeding, not on us. And we'll see how this one's going to work out. We do have Miko on Koshka doing fairly well in lane, 18 farm up against the 13, so that's doing pretty well.
Just for your information, both teams, they banned Jewel. I don't know if we have mentioned that.
Yeah, we mentioned, yeah.
Just again for your information, because I saw some questions here and there. But anyway, we have a delay of 3 minutes as usual. 2 minutes it is. All right, well, in the bottom, Gibbs going for the jungle here, sticking together with Flashy. Just killing off that with already the pretty high attack speed. So, well, it is Adagio, it is Flashy. He's going to be the to go for the supporter role and try to slow down the enemy and the zone a bit, and hopefully with his Verse of Judgment together with the Gift of Fire take down some stuns.
And keep in mind, guys, these 2 teams actually met last week, or not last week, on Wednesday, with House of Batiatas up against Collab in the 3rd place match, where Collab ended up taking the victory. So, see 0-2 on the scoreboard, you can't count them out just yet. House of Batiatas needs to get a stronger lead in this, and Toph getting caught out just a little bit, taking quite a bit of damage. They're trying to burst him down, but Gibbs, he might fall. Miko might fall as well, and somehow they instantly turn around that fight. Now Gabe going to be chasing onto Gibbs. I think Gibbs might fall from this one. Yeah, he's certainly dead.
Yeah.
Just one more attack will do it.
Oh, he's trying to. You saw the animation. Now he gets the kill. 2-2 the score. Very nice fight. First, it looked a bit like Toph. He's going to face check. He might go down, but, well, luckily he could get back to his teammates soon enough. Iraqi Zorro here with a nice 25 against Miko, who was on 27. Well, now 26-27, so therefore head-to-head matchup here on the lane.
Those scout traps that last fight, though, I think won it for him.
Yep.
They were able to bait Gibbs and Miko in so heavily into those, and you saw the damage it did. It was an insane amount of burst, and now Gabe getting really aggressive with Toph, trying to look for maybe a challenge. Just going to stealth on in, looking for Gibbs, looking for the slow, and he will pop his boots to get away from this, and he should escape, even maybe looking for the turn. But Iraq is here to help out. There's no way House of Batatas can really afford to go for this fight.
Very aggressive engage here on the enemy jungle, therefore securing up the enemy jungle creeps, getting some sweet gold, and directly hit back to the jungle.
Alright, so now they're just buying up, hitting that 5-minute mark. All tied up in kills. Gold, though, a little bit different, as House of Batatas is currently lead by 400.
Yeah,
I'm really curious how Toph is going to do on Fortress late game.
He's going tanky. So with the double O card and the shield, well, he's going clearly to try to focus down the right enemy, provide with the ultimate a big vision advantage, and of course with the big movement speed. That was the main reason.
Iraqi dashes from one scout trap into another and still gets hit in the end, poor guy. Gibbs trying to go for the fight. Gabe is level 6, so he has his ultimate online where everyone else in the game doesn't have it. Iraqi is going to be focused down, but look how low they are. Miko trying to run away, just barely. I'll say barely able to escape, but unfortunately he does not. Now Flashy, he's going to fall. This is going to be an ace coming in, and this was certainly going to be the gold mine too. A first ace of the game, 5-3, and Collab take a healthy lead off of that.
Amazing play, as you have seen, the fight started somewhere here, they went up, and then they pulled them down into the double mines, actually, which exploded the scout traps, and therefore they dealt a lot of damage to House of Batatas.
You can't really underestimate the damage of Scout Trap. It's like having an extra ability on any of the characters.
Yep.
And now they're stealing away as much of the jungle as they possibly can from House, which is going to hurt them quite heavily, not to mention still no one level 6 as Miko finally now taking over to that point. Iraqi only level 5, but Gabe Vissel's level 7. And it looks like Iraqi is actually tanking Miko in the lane, and Iraqi is getting very low on HP, and he's going to get dove over to the turret, and Miko will pick up the kill.
Yeah. Very, very well played. The others are here for, well, I think they tried to gank, but Miko was just too fast.
He took the advantage. He was level 6 and Iraqi wasn't. Popped the ultimate and was like, all right, free kill for me. And he's got the Aftershock already done, so he has a lot of damage. And now Toph, you've got to be careful, son. I think he's going to fall from the skips. He's even level 6, has the ultimate up, and Toph won't escape this. No way.
No, I think he can't. Well, popping up the shield, but, well, if he escapes that one, then he might be really lucky. Yeah, well, that was obvious that Miko can catch up. All right, 5-5 the score. Well, gold is almost even. We're 7.5 minutes almost in the game. Gold mine has been taken by Collab, and therefore it is up to House of Batatas to take it back. We see Gabe Vissel here on the enemy side going for the jungle, but the action is going to start over here. Well, Iraqi Zoro knows that they are coming from there.
I think Gibbs thought about it, thought about ulting in for that, but a little bit hard to hit a Vox, not to mention about these teams playing with a decent amount of ping since they're over in North America.
A lot of mines here, 3, but look at Gabe Vissel. He's still on the enemy side, and he knows that they are somewhere there. Now he takes a chance to go back, actually play the safe game, and, well, Miko was just trying to get back on lane, but Toph and Iraqi Zoro were waiting there.
Yeah, a little bit of a, I wanted to say slower paced game, but it really hasn't been that slow. It's been very methodical out of both teams, really trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. Gabe's been doing a fantastic job of constantly counter-jungling as much as he possibly can.
Yeah.
And House, I mean, I feel like the only real thing that's been stopping them or been really turning these fights against them is these scout traps, which it looks like I've seen a little bit of a slowdown, minus this center area out of Kolava putting it down.
Quickly over the item build, so Koshka Miko, he's going for the Aftershock real quick, followed by the Piercing Shot, and of course he needs some block with the Reflex block. Let's see if there is some action coming in. It might be. Well, not in this second, so therefore we can still look at this. A lot of attack damage on the side from Collab. And there comes the ultimate. There comes the Vision. Flash is going for the ultimate and can stun. Well, Iraqi Zoro might go down first. Yes, he is. And now it is up to take down the others. And Gabe Vissel going down second. They directly head down to the bottom. Catch up the gold mine for the gold. 7-5 the score here for House.
See, one thing that we saw with all the Adagers last week was a rush of the Crucible. You pop that, his ultimate immediately is mitigated, and that stun won't do anything. But there, we saw. Now is Iraqi Zoro getting locked down with the stun. and then followed up with a yummy catnip frenzy out of Miko thereafter, and he was dead. There was nothing he could do from that point. And you need to rush that Crucible. Unfortunately, Tofi hasn't been able to pick it up. Actually, no, he has been able to pick it up finally. Was able to finish it off, but that's a big fight they didn't want to lose. And Collab, they're the ones that caused the fight to happen. They're the ones that went straight for Flashy. They popped the ultimates, they ran into him. But as you can see, it obviously didn't work out that way. Or that well for him.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because Toffee engaged with the ultimate and, well, unfortunately, as said, turned out the other way. Alright, let's go finish the item build. Gibbs is going for a Shiver Steel to going with a huge attack speed provided by the Blazing Salvo, and the other Swift Shooter going for some crits with the Lucky Strike. Fortress, played by Toff, he's going as said at the beginning for the tanky way. Crucible first, and let's see how this turns out. I think there might be some action. Well, no, not on the lane, but they are trying to gank.
Both of the laners are trying to bait them in. Raki faking, being disconnected, hopefully. Hopefully just faking. All right.
There comes the pack. Not more than that. There comes a slow. Tough in a pretty bad spot, but, well, there comes a Crucible.
Oh,
a bit
that's
of mistiming.
Yeah, now this is prime time for House to gauge into a fight if they want to and if they can. Flashy's ultimate will be perfect here if he can land it, but unfortunately it looks like Collab not going to let them have the opportunity. Just go back to farming, leaving Iraqi Zero in his lane. And Gibbs, I guess they're trying to I was going to say try to defend the gold mine, but it was just taken, so it's not like there's a lot of money really built up in that just yet.
Well, there might not happen a lot yet, so, well, therefore, concerning the gold, just a bit of a lead, 1.6k at this moment. That's still okay. A few minutes they were head-to-head, so House currently taking the lead. But I'm curious to see how the mid-late game will turn out, and if especially Toff can do some changes or affect the changes in favor for Collab.
We see the minion candy used on the gold mine again. We saw it actually happen a lot last week out of NA teams.
Oh, there comes the ultimate. There comes Yummy Captain Frenzy, blocked by the Crucible there. Verge of Judgment. Gabe Wizzle is going down first. There comes Toffee. I think he might go down. No, he's running away, leaving Iraqi Zora in the middle of three enemies.
I think he was he disconnected?
I looked a bit like this just like a minute ago on the lane. 9-5 the score for House. Well, looks like they have actually the better comp for a team fight.
I mean, even with the Crucible, it seems like they can't really stop all the damage that Miko can do because he had such an easy time in lane. He's at 79 farm to 53. They're going to get a turret on top of this. Stop Shock's been done. Reflex block's up as well. He's got so much damage behind him that, well, I mean, Iraqi, he's back in lane, so it's like he wasn't disconnected, I guess, but maybe he knew he was dead in that fight and didn't even bother trying to do anything? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, if he would have, or if he had the plan to save up some time, he could run in the other direction or stuff. Well, Miko here is going down. Yeah, immediately Gabe Wizzle, well, with the ultimate, and then Toff finishing up, taking the kill. Now Flash, he's in a, well, the wait for it fails to hit 100%, didn't hit anyone.
They want the gold mine.
Yeah, they want the gold mine, and Gabe Wizzle, he went too deep. Now he gets saved by Toff's Crucible. Why Iraqi Zoro is doing this? Well, that was a very, very, very close thing, and well, Iraqi Zoro has to pay the bill for this misplay, actually. They split up, Iraqi was taking it, Gabe Wizzle going too deep, Toff going up, had to split up to support him, and then, well, at least they could get the gold mine. I mean, I think it's still worth it.
Well, they are down about 3.3 thousand gold at the moment, but they were able to get something out of that at least, like you said. But they're going to lose in their turn. I think this actually might have been the turning point. I think, you know, getting the gold mine and not losing the turret would have been good, but losing the turret and then trading that for the gold mine, definitely not a positive trade when they lost two people as well. But either way, House Battalions are getting control. Looks like they want revenge out of last week where they lost in the 3rd, 4th place match. And at this pace, if they keep it up, I think they might be able to do it.
At the moment, definitely looks like this. Oh, the mine still dealing some damage here. Well, as you see, they are important over the whole course of a match. And therefore, well, the gold mine taken pretty early. Well, at least, I mean, just 40 seconds until the Kraken is spawning, so better now than just risk anything later on. successfully taken. Just a bit of gold, but that's fine.
I've seen in chat that people are saying Iraqi's actually freezing in the game. So,
all right.
Apparently like lagging too bad too. Yeah, so you can't really pick up a win if you're having lag spikes like that, unfortunately for him. Now they're roaming around looking for, actually being really aggressive in the jungle on the jungle shop side. They're pushing straight into both bushes, not really 100% sure where they will be. They have to be careful. Like, this is the point in the game that if you die here, you could lose the Kraken, you can lose more turrets, and the snowball can be very, very deadly. And they're going to go straight for it. Look at this. This is not the first time we've seen this. I think this is about the third or fourth time now over the course of these 8 cups. And it works out damn well. As you can see, they're going to hit maybe once, maybe twice.
Yeah, and
they took it.
Just once. Now comes the ultimate version of Judgment coming by Flashy. Ultimate onto Gabe Vizzle. Mines are popping up. A lot of damage to Iraqi Zoro, who's going down first. And Miko wants to chase, wants to take down Gabe Vizzle. He can do this successfully while Kraken is picked here, just joining the lane. Let's hit back to the action here. They are taking the turret before Kraken is even on the lane, or just pushing there, and now they want to go for the Vayne. I don't know if they can still do this, but
I think...
Wow, this is a lot of damage.
And the Kraken's coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have the damage to stop the Kraken from finishing off at least one more turret. If House Protectors are feeling like they can pull this off, they're going to stick around. They're going to look to hopefully get that Kraken in to take that turret down.
Yeah.
And then to expose Crystal Gibbs. Got to be a little bit careful, not on that much HP. Miko has to be a little bit careful as well. Flashy has no ultimate up, but Miko does. And you can see the turret falling about half HP. Gibbs getting very low. A lot of things being popped. A Smite coming in, gets him a lot of HP. Toph, he's going to fall from this one. No, he's going to actually barely escape. Miko's going to be the one to fall, but the turret is going to go down. One more hit out of the Kraken, that will be enough. Or not even that. And they're going to look for the Vayne Crystal, but I don't think they can finish this off. I don't think the Kraken has the damage they need. Flashy trying to kite. Gibbs doing the well, or same as well, getting the stuff onto Toph. The Krant's still down to below half HP. The Kraken still has a lot of health left, and that's going to be it. The Kraken will finish it off, and House of Batiatas are going to pick up the victory.
What a finish. I thought, well, at least they could have killed the Kraken, but I mean, they took it so early. The damage is, or at least the Kraken is too strong to be taken down that fast.
Wow, that's not the way I expected that game to end at all. But walk us through, I guess, like some of the star players you saw in that game.
Well, let's have a quick look at the item builds. I think both teams did a great job. We've seen here a lot of attack damage on the other team. Gabe Vizzle, Iraqi Zoro with the attack speed, and here with the Zoro Blade. So very easy to counter for the other team. They went for Atlas, and this is actually the game changer for House. They went for double Atlas together with the usual Crucible and the Fountain of Renewal. Therefore, a lot of defense item, a lot of stuff to counter, and that was a very good game.
All right, well, I think we're going to be going to a quick little break, but I'm going to check on the brackets real quick to see if we have any updates from any other teams. It looks like Red Team 2 took the win over a No. So they will be in one of our semifinals. No, actually, they'll be up against House of Batiatas in the semifinal. So I believe that's the game we'll be going to next, since Red Team 1, Fire Elements, Fitzbell, and Crunch are still playing. So guys, we're going to head to a quick little break, and when we come back, we should be kicking off that semifinal. Wow, Jason, major fail today. Hey guys, welcome back to ESL TV for the ESL Vainglory Cup Series number 8. I'm just Kaplan, joined by Blueberries, and we have our next match coming your way. It's going to be Red Team 2 up against the winners of the game we just saw against Collab, House of Batiatas.
Yes.
And the bands.
The bands.
Why don't you tell us what we got?
What do we have? Well, we have Jewel on both sides getting banned, and therefore we still do not see any Jewel in this cup here, waiting for Jewel. And I am very, very excited to see this match because, well, actually Red 2, they just beat Unknown O, so they are currently placed third and therefore are out of this event. All right, we will just go again into the picking phase and let's see what they are going to pick.
All right, so Adagio being locked in for Flashy. We just saw him playing that.
That was pretty...
Miko probably going Koshka then.
Yep.
Pretty similar lanes. Pretty similar game, minus look at me playing Koshka instead of seeing a Vox out of Araki Zoro. At least in the game we casted earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand why we get this bug, considering we're not on Wi-Fi. And we actually have Wi-Fi turned off on the tablet, but we're still in there. We're still good.
That's the most important thing. All right, good to go. Starting to see the semi-final match here. Red Team 2 versus House of Batiatos.
All right, so Koshka versus Koshka.
Well, that will be pretty interesting.
I would love to see a 100% mirror match. You know how difficult that would be to cast? Koshka going in against Koshka!
Both Yummy Catnip frenzying each other.
Then the whole game just breaks. Explodes.
All right, well, pretty obvious that both are starting with a book of eulogies here. Well, don't have to explain that again. We have Raf here playing Fortress. He's going for the Iron Guard, so therefore he's going to be the tank. On the other side, it is Adagio played by Flashy. And let's see if they are going for a passive start or not. Look at me, he's just waiting in the lane here. Miko just going back, was just guiding his teammates. And here Ref and Adiga going together.
We still have not seen any contraptions bot in any of the games since it's been out.
Oh,
we've
really?
casted,
Like
yeah.
also the last cup? No.
Yeah, no contraptions.
Oh, all right. That's interesting.
Have you seen any in Vainglory League?
Well, we are currently on a break with
you're on a
VGL
break?
because we are starting the registration for the new events. So therefore we have 1 week of registration and therefore currently no matches. We will start on 11th.
All right, well, be curious to see if there's any there. Yeah, it's just been really kind of quiet. I mean, people are... I mean, if you compare... I think Don John was saying it's way too expensive.
Hold on a second, we might see first blood. I think Flash is going down. Adiga is chasing together with Rev. There comes the flare to actually get the vision in the bush and not let him go. Adiga getting some damage here from Gibbs and the scout, preventing Miko gets chased. Absolutely beautiful, but is not getting down. But Adiga, what a misplay actually. He went in too deep and now they have to pay the full price for this actually greedy play here by Red 2. They were doing so good. They had a beautiful start and then messed up because they wanted it all.
All right, well, that's a little bit of a misplay, like I said. And now I guess House about to say 2-1 lead. And the contraption, like I was saying, I was talking to Don John, he was mentioning that it's really expensive. And also, you have to compare what do you lose if you buy it. Well, you lose the opportunity to get a Crucible early, or a Lifespring early, or you know, any of these other items that could potentially come a long way. I mean, yeah, it does give you Scout Traps really nicely, but you know, it's kind of a big loss considering what you won't have in its place.
Totally agree. I think it is more considered at the moment. I personally think that people might go late game for it. Well,
yeah, I feel like we've only seen like 1 or 2 really late game games, and those last like 25 minutes long.
Well, that is
I'm not sure. I mean,
too late.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, you've seen a VGL. I'm just curious. Like, I don't think I just haven't seen many, you know, late game games.
Right. Well, at VGL we had some like 30-35 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And well, good to engage. Miko able to get back. A bit of bleeding, taking some damage over time here. And look at Raf. I mean, that movement speed is so high, and they are aggressively engaging, jumping back to Flashy. I mean, he could slow him down a bit with the Gift of Fire, and now Ref, he might be in a very, very bad position, but wow, that was amazing. Can get out of that situation, saving himself there. Well, I think very late game games are actually pretty rare. I think we don't see them a lot, even in VGL. But if we see some, they are very, very interesting because then it's like one misplay or one mistake, one mispositioning is like GG.
That's one thing I actually hate about really late games is the fact that teams will play so safe and so careful because they don't want to make that one mistake, and then it just drags the game out, you know, way longer than I feel like it should be some of the times. But either way, 4 minutes in, we will have a kill onto Raf. He will get taken down in the jungle, but they will trade it 1-for-1, support for support, and Adija will run away and should be fine to escape this one as he did pop his boots. But 3-2, House about Tiatas off to a strong start considering. You know, they're the ones playing on a higher ping. Red Team 2 beating Unknown. Red Team 2 placing 4th in the last cup. That you would think that they're the favorites in this, but
normally
they're not.
Normally, yes.
At the moment, at least.
They are placed 3rd at the moment, NKNO. Therefore, but seems like Red 2 is on a stable run at the moment, trying to establish themselves to, well, for the finals coming up on the 14th of June. It's basically today in 1 week. So then we will see the big finals coming up here. But first, they have to get some points here, win the match. And Miko here, he is the focus. He gets, well, first he... Well, 1-for-1 trade here. First, it was Look At Me who actually went down pretty quick. And here, well, that fight feels like it's lasting forever. But Taka's going down here. 3-5. Gibbs, well... He's not going down, Raf's going down as well. 3-6. Very, very good play here from House. Bit lucky or unlucky, I don't know. It was interesting fight. I thought Red, they had the advantage, but turned out that House had a longer breath.
A longer breath?
Well, if you have like, how do you say this? So if you are like able to fight longer or like on the long run.
Stamina, endurance.
Endurance. I think endurance is the right word because there is a German.
Yeah, I was assuming there was like a German saying that involved that.
There is a German.
Can you say it in German?
Man hat einen langen Atem. So you actually have a long breath to like do something more.
Okay. That makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay, so not too bad.
I mean, we had Don John last here on Wednesday saying Vision, and then there's chat started going crazy with hashtag Vision for Vision because you know V's and W's make the different opposite sounds in German and English.
Yeah, definitely. Flashy going down in the meantime here. 4-6. Well, Red able to pick up a kill here, an important one actually. Ref chasing behind Miko. He has the pack, but Gibbs, well, that escalated quickly, and Miko here in the middle of everyone trying to pick up a kill at least, but no, Ref is going to pick up 2 kills. 6-6. They are back in the game. 500 gold ahead and picking up on top the gold mine.
Oh, no ace coming in, but they will get the gold mine just like he said. DJ gotta be a little bit careful, but he's got enough lifesteal to sustain. That's what it looks like. And there we go. Red Team 2 getting the lead in gold, tying things up in kills. Not getting a turret just yet, but they finally do get some momentum back on their side where they're previously lacking it. So that's about to just had a strong early game. Seemed like Red just able to catch them off in a bad position for that team fight.
All right. So since we're streaming anywhere from an Android device, just to come back to that one, we're still in the beta. So this Wi-Fi bug at the beginning appears from time to time, which is not like too bad for us. All right, Raf and Adiga here will meet Flashy and Gibbs. Well, both are shopping. Now Gibbs goes in. Walking through the trap and not exploding on him. Flashy giving him the Gift of Fire. There comes the kill onto Adiga. He is going down. Gibbs is going down as well. Now we see the Yummy Captain Frenzy from Miko. I think, wow, that was a great save, but wow, the Halcyon Potion not able to protect actually. Look at me. So he's going down as well. What a fight here. 7-8 the score. Gold Miner getting immediately down by House. Let's quickly go over the item builds, since we are over 8 minutes in the game. Look at me, he has the Aftershock. I mean, the core item for Koshka lane. On the other side, Miko has actually the same kind of mirror build here. Taka Adiga, he's going for the Tension Bow, followed by the Piercing Spear for some armor pen, which is pretty interesting. Fortress will play by Raf. We've seen that the game before, going the tanky way. And Gibbs, nothing special, he did this. Also,
he does have his life spring done this time.
Yeah,
which is going to be really, really nice little extra boost to sustain and to longevity when it comes to these fights. We don't see one picked up for Red Team 2, which can come back to hurt them, but they do have the Crucible and 2 reflex blocks behind them to stop Flashy from those AoE ultimates. So there's chat. Chat's catching up to hashtag vision. Look at it. Look at it. Hashtag visions.
I see it. Look at me. He was in a bad situation. I just catch it up with the camera here before the situation came. Flashy, he can use the ultimate, but there comes Raf following Flash, and Adiga, he has to use that skill to take him down. So now it is 2-for-1 trade in favor for Red Team 2. Gibbs, he has huge attack speed, using the smite to pick up Raf 29. 2-for-2 trade here. All right. Vision. That's amazing.
10-9 lead for House of Batiatus. Not hit that 10-minute mark in. But Red Team 2 still sustain the gold advantage, and that's seen reflected in item just a little bit. Look at me doing extra damage with the Prism picked up, or the Heavy Crystal, I think that was. But the Heavy Prism. Just everywhere today.
Heavy Prism. All right. So nothing too spectacular concerning the item builds. Looks pretty solid, pretty stable. Both teams having some crystal damage, some weapon damage, some defense from the supporters. Goldmine, 50% full. 10 minutes in the game. So getting pretty interesting. Well, let's have a look at the creep kills. Miko is at 60. It's a lot, but look at me, even higher. 64 at the moment.
Still just a lot in general to have in this game at this point. And
after 10.5, I think, yeah.
I'm curious to see, you know, which routes they're going to go. Looks like they're going very similar builds, but we do have the, like I said, the penetration out of Miko. Look at me going for some extra burst damage. We might have a big fight breaking out. It looks like it might happen. No, it looks like, unfortunately, look at me was in lane.
Yeah.
And House Batiatus not really trying to go in just yet. But, oh, Flashy might get caught out. He's a little bit aggressive. I think he's maybe trying to bait them in. And both teams actually will just back away instead in the meantime.
That was actually a very, very good flare provided by Raf29, because they saw that they were in a 2 versus 3 situation, so they waited for look at me. Now we flared again, seeing that the bush is empty, so, well, there comes a flare from each team at the same time. And now comes the ultimate. Big fight coming up here in the semifinals. There comes the Verse of Judgment. Yummy Cat the Frenzy blocked, I think, by the Crucible from Team Red. Gibbs is doing decent damage here, picking up the kill on Look at Me, going down directly after by Adiga, and Flash here, he can't escape that one. Ace for team, there comes the ping for the gold mine. They are going for that one, and then I think they should immediately push that one.
Yeah, they do get the gold mine. They do get a big gold bonus off of that too.
Yep.
And with the turret falling directly thereafter, that's going to be an extra 300 each person's pocket, so a nice little extra 900 for everyone. In total, 1,300 gold to 8.9. So we're seeing a 4,000 gold lead practically at this point.
That's a lot.
And that is huge.
Yep. I mean, after 12 minutes being in that high lead. But I mean, still, we have seen a lot of game changes here on the ESL Cup series. So therefore, anything might happen.
Could. We saw that last game with House Batiatus, such a strong start, and then Collab able to catch him off guard once he got the Crucible done.
Yep.
Honestly, couldn't say which team's going to win. I would expect Red Team 2 to win, but, you know, this momentum shift is starting to be really big, and they're going to try to steal away the gold mine. Not sure exactly why they're focusing that down, but Rap's going to be going in towards the backlines. Look at me jumping in as well. Miko very low on HP. He's going to at least get a little bit of HP off of the fountain, but it's not going to be enough, and they will fall. The gold mine's still going to be kept alive, and Gibbs trying to escape. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, though, and he will fall. DJ now looking for Flashy as they're trying to dive under the turret. They could very well pull this off, and that will be the ace for a second time, and maybe another turret. Yeah, most certainly another turret going down, and that's going to lengthen them up from 4,000s to 5,000 gold. And now looking for even a second. No way!
They are going for it. So, I mean, that push in just, I think, 1 minute, they took down 3 turrets and therefore 900 per turret, which is an amazing number of gold here for Red 2.
Yeah, 2,700.
Wow, yeah, math is your thing? Yes, right?
Yeah, 2,700. Quite impressed.
I just wanted to feel you
scared
did
me for a second when you said that.
Yeah. All right, infusions are coming in. Gibbs is on the weapon infusion. Koshka here, played by Miko, he's going for a crystal infusion. And Adiga, he has the weapon infusion as well.
Okay, so Red Team 2. I feel like this game might come down to this next push. Maybe when the Kraken spawns in, they will lose the gold mine, but I don't think they'll care too much about that considering what they've been able to net off of them taking it and then off the back of the fight that they were able to force after that. But I think when the Kraken comes up, that's going to be the time. I think we might see the game, end in the next couple of minutes after that point because of how far ahead they currently are.
Just 45 seconds until Kraken is coming into the game, and I'm very curious to see if Red is trying to get this one, just as House did the last game. Well, that was amazingly fast, or if they're going to wait. I think it depends on the position of House at that time. 30 seconds to Kraken. Going to push the lane a bit. Well, House is completely here in the base, just moving out of that one. Infusions are coming up once again. And I think the next 2 minutes might be the most interesting ones here.
They're still sticking around for it. I mean, look what I potentially take it. You can see the mini mine taken for each team, one apiece.
Raf has his ultimate up, and well, they try to capture it. This is what I said. This can end deadly. There comes the flare from, it was actually Red 2. There comes the ultimate from Fortress, just revealing everyone, and they are going back. There comes the mark, and everyone is in the fight. There comes the Word of Judgment, nicely blocked. I think Miko is going down first. Well, depends on how many stacks can actually Gibbs apply. No, he can't fight it. And there comes the first kill. Miko is going down, and now House, they have a big problem. They have to split themselves to somehow get the focus onto one. Well, he used the smite to get some HP back, but no chance. The damage from Red 2 is just too big here. Kraken is coming. Well, that might be a pretty hard task, just as seen on the other side. Now parallel here, the last game on the right side.
They need to be really careful for this too. Raf's going to just die to the turret, and Flashy, you can get the credit for that one. This turret will fall, but Miko's now here. They're forced to back away. They can't sit here and really defend too well. Deja just going to stealth away from this one. The turret, I think, most certainly will fall. No, Gibbs has respawned back in. They should be able to clean this one up. So only getting one turret off of that. Actually, hold off on that, Jason.
Well, I think, well, just one more.
One more. They'll get both. All right. Just barely.
That was so close, but definitely the most important turret here. Kraken couldn't be stopped. 17-12 the score concerning the gold. Why 5,000 and a little bit more than that after 16:45. Let's have a look at the item builds. Well, Adiga, he finished the Bonesaw very early in game, and now he's going for the Atlas, which is a very, very interesting choice. I mean, he's 10-3. Therefore, he's going in for some nice attack damage, jumping in, popping up the Atlas, the active, slowing the attack speed from the others. So he can kite pretty well. Gibbs here getting focused so quick by Red 2, and this is what I'm talking about. Rev 29 here with the amazingly high movement speed. There comes a Word of Judgment by Flash, but he can't do anything. Yami kept the frenzy on to look at me, dealing no damage at all. Miko is going down. Flashy is going down. We can call this semi-final a GG, and therefore Red 2 will move on to the finals here in the 8th ESL Vainglory Cup Series.
Yeah, well done by them. They fell behind early on. House of Batatas was really strong in the beginning, but unfortunately for them, they didn't have what it takes to sustain that lead that they were able to build. And that's all on the back of Deja on that Taka, 13-3-6, Raf at 5-4-14. And look at me at 2-5-15. So getting all those assists in there.
That's
you know,
good.
Gibbs, he was 6-6-4, but I feel like Miko just fell behind. Look at me, and not to mention, I don't think Gibbs can do the same amount of damage that a Deja can in such quick succession.
Well, concerning the item builds, we see that Look at Me playing Koshka went, well, we should say much more defense than actually Miko did. Well, Miko, he were on the way with the piercing shard here for some crystal and a shield pierce. And Look at Me, he went for the fountain and the crucible as well. So therefore, concerning defense, much more items here.
All right, guys. Well, that means we are done with our first semifinal. With the second one coming up in just a little bit of time. It's Red Team 1 up against Feedspun, and we'll be kicking off that game when we do come back from the break. So we'll see you in hopefully, about 5 minutes' time. What did I tell you guys? 5 minutes, and we were back in about 3. We made it on time. We've got Red Team 1 up against Feetspellen. We've got a double Takaban.
Double.
We're going to be dropping the game in just a second. So we might finally see some Jewel. We might see it. Depends on whether or not, the teams want to play it. But I would assume we're going to be seeing it.
I think so too. So, well, now players are picking in the second semifinals. And the winner, they are going to play against Team Retu. They just won over House. Just a second ago. Yeah, that's
still right, guys. Since we are on Android, the client is still in beta. That's why we can see those Wi-Fi pop-ups, even though Wi-Fi is actually off on the tablet, and we are directly connected with this fancy device that you guys actually can't see on our desk. But let's see what goes. Right. It's gonna be
no Jewel for Feetspellen.
Wow. All right, but we did see a Celeste, and the Celeste was locked in.
All right. Team Red 1 still undecided of what they shall pick. Oh, okay, no problem. As long as we can jump back in.
I feel like the game just wants to show my rank,
I think that could be the reason.
See, it wants to show it.
But you're still level 3.
Yeah, but
why?
But I'm also,
you should be higher.
But I'm also rank 7, and with like 24 wins or 25 wins, but with like 30 games played.
All right, we are good to go.
What rank are you? Where are you, Blueberries?
What
rank are you?
I don't
7?
know.
You're 7. We're the same rank.
Could be.
I feel like we need to have a 1v1 off.
Yeah, we should have. Maybe I can organize something.
I don't know if I want to really, make you sad in front of everyone.
Oh, I see.
By make you sad, I mean I'll probably lose and get my ass handed to me.
Oh, okay.
But we're back in the game. Red Team 1 up against Feetspellen. In our second semifinal, we do have a Celeste. We have MyQ over on Fortress, Jetpacks on Cruel, Red Wolf on Koshka, Leia on Catherine. I even saw someone in chat asking why don't we see Catherine's. Well, there you go. Bayu on Celeste, and Tony Luo on Koshka 2.
All right, very interesting, nice skin from Jetpacks. He has a very nice skin for Cruel here. I love it. All right. The Guitar Hero Red Wolf versus Bayu here on the lane. Pretty excited how this will turn out, because Bayu, I mean Celeste, it's very hard to master actually, but if you can master Celeste, then the enemy will have a hard time.
Fastest time ever. People are like, yay, that was actually a quick break. So Celeste against Red Wolf. Or Bayo against Red Wolf. I'm curious how that one's going to work out. But in the meantime, we're actually seeing a little bit of invade coming out. Tony Low. Oh, he's very low on health already. He actually just pinged on a level 2, which could give them the advantage if they want to turn and fight with Celeste coming in the trap, coming down.
Oh.
And unfortunately not going out. But they will pick the first kill either way. MyQ gets the kill with the bleed, I believe that was. He's got to back away, though. Pops the potion. And he will be fine. There we go. So they will escape this one with the first blood, and Red Team 1 off to a strong start. They are the #1 team throughout the series so far, in first place with 390 points. Collab in second at 380, but that gap will be a lot wider since Collab already lost.
Absolutely. So the chat is going crazy about our 3 minutes break. Save the date. Write it down. So therefore, we are not off.
Make sure to not lose vision of the finals coming up. I feel like we can put that in many times.
All right, got that. I think John is watching, just there in the chat.
I know he is. It's all good fun. I'm not actually harassing him or trying to be a jerk about it.
Well, Layla should go down, but it turned out that Jetpacks actually is going on. MYQ has to go back, and meanwhile on the lane, well, we've seen the next action. Well, where we go, there we go. 2-1 is the score.
I love if he dies to minions.
Yep.
Oh, I would have laughed so hard and made fun of him so many times. But he's alive. He's good. He's good.
Happens from time to time.
Look how quickly he's healed up, too.
Mm.
Book of Eulogies, man. Strong item. Very strong item. Picks up a crystal bit as well to back that up with. Tony Low not going for a Book of Eulogies.
Well,
that's since he's in the jungle, obviously. And Bayu. Or Bayu. How do you, what are your thoughts on Celeste? Because at 1.5 she was changed where her A ability does 25% damage instead of 50% damage to minions, so it can't really clear as quickly.
All right, Layla here. Sorry, I just that was question. I get back later to that one, but MYQ is going down here. I think, well, they were going actually too deep following the enemy. I don't know what they were thinking there, but they tried, well, that might be a secure spot. It is not. Jason, sorry, I just didn't answer your question.
It's okay, you'll get to it.
You were talking about Celeste, it was?
Yep.
In 1.5. Well, I
Particularly
didn't...
about her wave cleared, since it was reduced. It was cut in half.
I didn't have the time to play Celeste a lot, because I was kind of busy. So when I played, I haven't seen Celeste at all. That is the thing I can say, so therefore I'm pretty excited to see how Bayou will actually perform. He's going for boots for some movement speed, I think with the double crystal bit. And I think it is, there we go, the energy battery. He's pretty solid.
Surprised how passive he's playing, though.
He should. I think he should.
Really?
Yeah, because, I mean, if you face Red Wolf in lane, I think you can't go all in against that guy. Better concentrate on farming on the last hits and try.
I feel like
wait for ganks.
If Red Wolf did go in, like did A into him, the pounce, then Bayou can just put the core collapse under him, and then we'll have an easy escape.
But I think Koshka is still very, very fast, and if you pounce in and you directly go out, I think the cast time
will be a little bit too
really
long.
have to hit this 100% right.
Okay. Well, farming up is what he's doing well. He's actually behind, though, just a little bit by 5 last hits.
That's already a lot after almost 5 minutes. He should really focus to get every minion, because that gold matters in the end when it comes to buying items. And well, Layla here is, their mines are in the bush, and there we see the next situation, 3 versus 3. MYQ is going in, providing vision, clearing up the mine, not taking the damage, just taking the damage from Layla. And now everyone is focusing Bayou, and the core collapse is just hitting MYQ. We are going down. There is the death from Jetpacks, and what happened
The dive
there?
was a little bit too deep, and Bayou escaping just barely with a little bit of HP left.
Wow.
And they will pick up 2 kills for 0 deaths. Well done by them.
Very, very well played. So they moved the fight, or they pulled actually the fight in the right way from the bottom here all the way up to the tower. A nice split there from Fitzburn, and they are going to take the gold mine. Good job.
So 1,200 gold lead for them.
Yep.
You can see the reflected items relatively soon. Celeste, or Bayou, is starting to buy up a couple of good items. Heavy Crystal picked up. Heavy Prism Crystal. I can never remember the correct name. Heavy Prism, I knew
and
it.
Crystal Bit.
Okay, so you got the heavy Prism.
Yeah.
For a lot of extra damage. And you're seeing Red Wolf. Like, see, the damage he takes from the minions are so minimal compared to when he heals so much off the Book of Eulogies. Yep. It's honestly just feeding him free farm, because he doesn't worry about it hitting the turret.
It's really hard to play as Celeste against Koshka. It really comes to team fights about like the Solar Storm, the Core Collapse, or the Supernova, providing some AoE damage. Pretty hard task for Bayou here. Leia, well, going in, because he's a tank, or she, no matter. Let's see how this is going to turn out. MYQ, well, he's going in and out with the big movement speed, trying to force the enemy to do something which might be wrong, but Fitzburn, well, no, they are going for the safe way, going back to the jungle, continue their jungle route.
We do have an aggressive scout trap on the gold miner, so they can see when it's being taken. Of course, they can see anyways, just with the control of it, but minion mines haven't been picked up so far, as we're hitting that 7-minute mark into the game, but Red Wolf is starting to get relatively scary. He's lengthened his CS lead up to 13, if not more, up against Bayou. And I feel like Aftershock, once it's completed, which I think he's on his way to go by now, will make things very deadly. And Bayou's got to be very respectful, very careful of that too. He's got the Eve of Harvest, he's got some extra sustain in these fights. And you can see that, you know, the sustain alone would have kept him a little bit healthier in that last fight when he was able to skip his turret. But Leia getting caught out, being a little bit too aggressive. I don't know if the Core Collapse will be here in time to help him out as we finally have Bayou coming down. But Tony Lowe getting locked down, and that will be the death of him. Core Collapse does come in and hits 2. But that's not gonna really do much in turn with damage.
Yeah, at least Red One is not going to die here again. I think they have learned from the mistakes. I know that MYQ is doing all of the calls in the team fight. So therefore, if something's going wrong, I think more or less he's the responsible person
Got
to blame.
ultimate up. There it is. Ultimate's gonna try to connect to the roof. He
Whoa.
barely does enough damage. Not enough to finish him off though. But Mike, gonna get stunned. He's gonna fall as
Amazing.
well. Jetpacks will finally get the gold miner, but will skip his life, gets stunned up. The scout trap doing some good damage, but he can't target Leia. And that would be 2 kills for the gold miner trade. So in the other things, it's a 2-for-1 trade, but the gold miner being picked up for red team 1.
Well played by Fitzbeln. Well, Leia went to the maximum, actually all in, and with a nice shield blocking off and dealing back some decent amount of damage. Bayou always hitting this Heliogenesis on point.
I think Leia's also a little bit lucky that
Oh.
Celeste is pretty big.
Yeah.
Because Jetpacks just could not target Leia to finish off the kill. Unfortunately, he hit Bayou. And that, unfortunately, didn't allow him to pick up one as he did die. But going back to base.
Out of energy.
Yeah, when is he going to pick up?
3 to 6. Well, Jetpacks
Heavy
is on a shiver
Prism
steal.
again.
Sorry?
No, it's Heavy Prism again out of Bayou.
Eve of Harvest. Well, that is a core item for Celeste players. Especially I do see this a lot, so therefore I assume it is one. Jetpacks here, MYQ, well, they see Catherine here. Actually very aggressive, pulling those minions, and that's a good game here from Fitzbeln. So they keep Red actually busy all the time. There comes the flare, the mine providing some vision, and Bayou now joining the jungle. Well, no, he's going back to lane. Not too much action at the moment.
Yeah, we're hitting a little bit of a pause, I think, in the game. I believe when the gold miner gets a little bit fuller, there's almost the next sort of action breakout. Or maybe if side of Fitzbeln can get a little bit more ahead in levels, as you can see, they're already ahead currently. Jetpacks down against Tony Luo, MyQ down against Leia. But Leia might be getting caught out here. We do have Celeste come from the side. Leia is tanking up to survive this for quite a long time. The burst is going to be coming in momentarily, and there's the ultimates and the jump in from Tony. Bayou, is he going to ult in anytime soon? It's going to eventually come in, but he doesn't have the damage to really back this up, and Tony's going to fall as well. And that will be red team 1 taking this fight. Core Collapse doesn't have it up, and he's going to be popping his ultimate to try to do something, and it looks like so he might get one. No, the ace regen buff is going to be enough.
Yep.
And that will be a well-planned out fight out of red team 1. Fortunately, Fitzbeln just didn't have the DPS to back that up.
Very, very well played here by Red 1. Was, I think, Jetpacks. He finished off the kill, killing Tony Luo with his From Hell's Hearth. I think it is the ultimate. Well, I think we definitely know that Jetpacks always hits, or most of the time hits the ultimate. So he's a very, very solid and strong, cool player. All right, gold mine, almost 3/4 full. Therefore, should be time for Fitzbeln to get this. 6 to 6 concerning the gold. Just a bit ahead. Red 1 is at the moment almost 11.5 minutes in the game. So therefore, we are going to the more or less interesting part of this semi-final match.
Well, one thing we have to compare is the damage off both sides. You have, well, 2 damages on Fitzbeln. You have, I guess we can say 2 damages on red team 1. But Red Wolf will do, I feel like Red Wolf would do more in a fight than Bayou will. Because if Bayou gets like locked down with an ultimate out of Red Wolf or Jetpacks, then he's not really going to escape. Let's see, pops reflex block perfectly. Let's see, he has his boots up. Let's see, he has a perfect core collapse. And once he's dead, Leia doesn't offer much in a team fight except those stuns and the silence. It's going to come down to, like, can they get a wombo combo off, I think? Can they get a lockdown on 3 with the core collapse into a 3-man silence? Because then they have all the time in the world to work with to burst someone down.
Aggressive zoning here from Red. Gold payout is gonna come in just a second. Jetpacks getting focused. Yummy Cat and Frenzy on him. He might go down first. Well, he can regen somehow. There comes ultimately the Solar Storm, killing him off. MYQ has to escape. And Red Wolf, well, he is dealing some damage, but he can't kill. Well, if he's going to kill one, then I would go crazy, but he is not. Well, I think the gold payout should be already done, but no, it is not. I think they... or it is?
Yeah, I think it already turned over.
It's very hard to see for me. They are still trying to get that one.
Yeah, it turned already because they got like no gold off that.
All right. Nice fight here. Well, the fun thing is that Leia always tries to run at the front as the tank. I mean, that's basically her job, but MYQ directly closes the gap and just going for Bayou. Therefore, Red 1 having a strong focus. That is actually the priority.
What I liked in that last fight is that we saw Jetpacks get focused by Leia and by Tony, and Bayou got some free damage and he wasn't even being attacked. Red Wolf then ulted onto him, but it was reflex blocked, so Bayou wasn't really locked down, and he was still able to get his Solar Storm off and in time to finish off Jetpacks. It almost killed MyQ, and then he had a nice core collapse after to stop Red Wolf from finishing him off to get the kill. So they were able to focus on Bayou. They were too busy trying to protect Jetpack, so I feel like they can leave on their own. Let those two people dive him and just have MyQ and Red Wolf dive straight into the backline. Once you kill Bayou, I mean, if you can stop his ultimate from coming out, that's a huge amount of damage that you're mitigating and not letting happen in the fight.
Alright, next fight coming up. MYQ providing some vision here. Well, he has some flare still up. We do see a broken myth already on Red Wolf there, which is very, very interesting since 1.5. So, well, that is much more expansive than before, but deals a lot of additional damage to the enemy. There comes the Heliogenesis. MYQ going in with the pack onto Bayou. Well, Bayou has to escape. There comes the ultimate. Core Collapse, Yanni, Cat Frenzy onto Jetpacks. They're going to lock them down. Well, now it is very interesting because Red Wolf can't escape that one. I think he can kill, yes, with the auto attack, but MYQ is now in the worst situation he can be. And this is an ace for Feedspell. That was a very, very interesting team fight here.
Well, now they can push a turret down, maybe. Now they can go for Kraken if they want to. I think they might have enough time, though they have to be careful. Jetpacks is up in 2 seconds. And looks like they will head up towards that turret instead of trying to go for Kraken. And use that ace buff to get a little extra income in their pockets. They're in the lead of gold, and this will only increase that as they do finish it off with about 900. So we're looking at, what, 1,700 gold lead for them?
Well, that's not too big, but it's, well, I think it's a head-to-head game. One team fight for red, one team fight for Fitzbane. Therefore, curious about like who's going actually to try Kraken or try getting it first. Alright, both teams are just going for their standard run. Catherine, Leia, well, she has the Atlas Pauldron. We have 2 Atlas Pauldron. Tony Lure has as well. No Atlas on Red 1. I think that is a good decision. They do not need it since there is mainly only, I don't know, crystal damage on Team Feedspell.
Yeah, very true. Let's see how they will work on that. Mikey does have the Life Spring done. Tony's got the Crucible finished off. No, actually, we do have Leia picking the Life Spring too, so they got the extra regen, extra HP in the fights. I feel like the focus of Red Team 1 is just completely off.
2 Aegis on Team Red 1, which is the right way to go. Therefore, they can block off a lot of crystal damage. Well, seems like it's getting more interesting here. Leia always at the front, trying to hit the stun, providing vision, pushing back Red 1. So they just continue to farm their jungle. Well, pretty interesting. Minion Mine not getting captured by Team Red 1. Well, now I think we see the fight. They are going, well, there is Bayou coming now. The tank shouldn't be the focus. Core Collapse not hitting. There comes the ultimate from Fortress. And who's going to get bursted down first? Yummy, Leia. Well, there comes the Yummy Cat and Frenzy and the Solar Storm. Double kill for Red Wolf. Very well played. And there is the Yummy Cat and Frenzy onto Bayou. No chance to survive that one. Ace for Team Red. And this game is just very, very intense. This will be a free Kraken for Team Red 1. And the question is, can Feedspell recover from that one?
Well, one thing we didn't even point out is the fact that Fortress's ultimate, I believe, like almost mitigates completely Bayou's ulti. Since each dog needs to be, or each wolf needs to be hit 3 times by auto attacks or by spells, that it can soak up a ton of damage that Bayou can do, and that's what we saw Bayou in that last fight. He took his time. He was auto-attacking. He was, Heliogenesis under him to make sure to clear off the wolves so he can get a clean ulti across the team. And unfortunately for him, it didn't really do too much because of that. And you had the reflex box pop up. You had the Aegis, really come into play for the extra, magic defense, for crystal defense, and now they're looking for a turret. I feel like they should almost certainly get this.
And the wolves, well, they survive for pretty a long time because you have to hit them 3 times with auto attacks. Therefore, you just can't burst them down with your abilities. And this is a lot of time concerning how long they can block off the ultimate from Bayou. Alright, well, getting interesting here. Kraken's going to push the tower. Well, yeah, it's going down. First tower, and Red Wolf is a bit low on health. I don't know if Red One should chase behind feed spell. Well, I think the situation just ended here.
There's no scout traps to spot them down this area, but they're trying to force another fight at the back. This Red Wolf, though, like I mentioned, he doesn't have that much HP to work with. And using this Heliogenesis just to kind of give them some sort of vision inside the jungle when they do push through. But now back to base, able to buy actually a Kraken that works out for them decently well.
Quickly, let's have a look at the item builds. Boots, well, everyone has tier 1 boots, but Celeste, Bayou, has tier 2 boots. Going for crystal, crystal, and more crystal with the shatter glass and the heavy prism, followed by the piercing shard. Well, that is...
Oh, Jetpack's got a aftershock too.
So now with his Deadman's Rush, he will deal also some nice damage. I mean, he started off with Shiver Steel. I mean, we know this. He's like the usual way he's going for. And therefore, well, he can sustain Aftershock in the end. Good for late game. Alright. Bayou here on the lane. Well, it's very, very dangerous to face check that one. Alright, there comes MYQ going for the Yummy Cat and Frenzy onto Bayou. Could it be blocked somehow? There comes the ultimate from MYQ, and Bayou is Blast Tremor. Well, we're able to hit the Solar Storm out, but Tony Lu going down as well, and Leia, no chance to survive. I think this is very interesting to see Red One dominating just after Feedspell was so strong mid-game.
Well, you typically, mages, crystal power characters or heroes really shine in mid-game scenarios when people don't have the resist to really stop it, but they have the defense now because of that.
Yeah.
And then you saw the ultimate out of Bayou, it did almost absolutely nothing. So, I think it's just kind of a matter of time. Crow gets strong late game anyways. You mix in the fact that they can build the resist that they need to stop from getting bursted down, and that just makes things even easier for them. So that's Red Team 1 advancing through into the finals to play against their brother, sister, cousin, whatever, uncle team, Red Team 2.
I think we had that already here.
We did. We did. We had that in Cup number 5, where Red Team 1 had the victory of that.
Yeah. All right, Red 1 versus Red 2. Let's quickly look over the item builds. Not talking too much about them since we already did that. MYQ, well, he played Fortress, the supporter way. Once again, providing the team with the Crucible, the Fountain of Renewal, and asset with the nice ultimate, blocking some damage with Attack of the Pack. And, well, nothing to do for Feedspell. And I think still they did an overall great performance here on the VG Cup Series so far, and I think they should be able to qualify for the finals coming up in today in a week.
I think they're already qualified, and I think that last fight, just to kind of go over one last thing, is Bayou got locked down by the Yummy Captain Frenzy. He didn't get his reflex block off in time, or the Crucible or whatever. Like, it wasn't put up in time to save him, to allow him to continue to run while he was being stunned. So he got completely bursted before the fight really even got much done. And I think if he was able to escape, that might have been a little bit of a different story. But like I said, that does mean we have Red Team 1 advance through into the finals of our cut number 8. And that also means we're going to a break. I'm not going to say quick breaks. I don't know exactly how long Red Team 1 and 2 will take to get into lobby to get this one underway. But we will be back with the finals, guys. And we'll see you in just a few minutes. Hey guys, welcome back to the ESL Vainglory Cup Series. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined by Blueberry John, Blue John Blaries.
Close.
Close. Almost
Close
got
enough.
there. Almost got there. By Blueberries, and we now have our finals finally coming underway. It's Red Team 1 up against Red Team 2, a rematch of Cup number 5, and we're going to find out which Red Team is the best team.
Yep.
Hopefully in about 20 minutes' time.
Hopefully. Well, we have the bands. It is one
Taka
band.
Taka.
Taka. All right. So, well, that was easy. Going
Yes,
to
it
start.
was.
Won't see any Takas in that match. So hopefully, well, maybe Jewel. Maybe we see again Fortress. Very excited to see who is going to be picked. Well, at least. All right. There we go. Raf is going to play Jewel. Look at me. Locked in Cool, and Adiga is going to support with Catherine. Alright, jumping back in. Jetpacks locked in, as well as MYQ and Red Wolf. Let's start the finals of the 8th ESL Vainglory Cup Series here live from Cologne, Germany. Red 1 versus Red 2 in the finals. Well, same finals as in the 5th Cup, and same as the VGL double elimination May. Alright, let's start. Have a look, what did they buy? A lot of attack speed, well, attack damage it is. Red Wolf playing Ringo. MYQ is going for Fortress, and Jetpacks going for Vox. Well, haven't seen him playing Vox a lot. I don't know. Well, might be interesting. Him in jungle. Raf, I think he might go lane. Well, yeah. Look at me. And Adiga in the jungle.
Make sure you guys stay tuned as well for After the Cup, where Gibbs from House of Battiatus will be breaking down the Cup, and I think playing some games on his own stream. They'll be hosted here, so make sure to stay tuned on this stream. Meantime, Jewel versus Ringo. This one's going to be interesting. I think we saw Red Wolf playing Ringo last Cup too.
All right.
And did a very good job on it, doing this kind of similar strategy of trying to be very aggressive early on.
Well, you have to be. You have to we have to, let's say, annoy Jewel as much as possible from taking the last hits and make use of the Book of Eulogies. But, well, there's the first fight. Same situation as the semifinals before. MYQ Jetpacks engaging at the same point here again, and MYQ picking up the first blood onto Look at Me, who just respawned in this second. Ref is joining, but what a misplay. Well, I think, well, he couldn't rocket leap out of that one. And therefore, yeah, because he's not level 2.
So Vox and Ringo, double ranged with MyQ to help speed them up.
Interesting.
I think they're going to be very strong early on, But once the enemy team gets tanky, it's going to be really rough for them. They're going to be relatively squishy. They're going to have to be very careful
Yep.
when we get to that point. So if they want to win, they got to win early. And this is definitely the good start to making that happen. But Red Wolf, he might be overextended, and he's dead. There's no escaping that for him. And that'll be 1 kill coming in for Red Team 2.
Good gank. Well, actually, nice timing. He didn't see this coming at all. T2 won the score. Well, nothing too spectacular concerning the item builds. Vox, played by Jetpacks, is going for the Blazing Salvo for some nice attack speed. Adiga playing Catherine, of course. He's going for the contract. And here we do see a stun. Adiga, he's in a pretty bad spot. Well, that was very, very quick again here. This time Jetpacks picking up, because MYQ picked up the first kill in the fight. So I think he wants to provide Jetpacks as many kills as
Raph
possible.
getting killed?
Yeah.
All right. And Red Wolf, you can see the items he's built up to really support this. He wants to be very aggressive, not trying to stack and wait for an item later on. He wants to win the lane now, and if he can keep up plays like that, he will be able to. We're going to see Raph going for Crystal Power, so going for that big red button, going for that complete deletion of the enemy team if he can hit it across multiple people.
If.
That is the big question.
Yes.
But Red Wolf, he's getting some momentum going. You got to be careful, especially Raph. He's got to be very careful. To not, die in the lane any more than he already has.
Now waiting to gank actually Red Wolf once again.
A big investment of time. That's such a big investment.
And that didn't hit at all. So, well, Red Wolf this time smarter than before. And this time Jetpacks MYQ, there they go. Well, there's the ping. Well, there comes the jump. And the engage. Well, this is a lot of damage here. Just like you said, 2 Rangers. Early game, very strong, but it's about actually the mid and the late game to keep it up and have the right position.
Did Red Wolf last hit a minion before attacking Raph, just so he gets the guaranteed crit?
I think he did, because there was like the second or the last hit was a crit.
Yeah.
But I did not see if he did this. But if he did, it's a very smart move.
And Deja will spot out MyQ and Jetpacks, and then we'll back away 5-1. That is a 1,300 gold lead too, only 4 minutes in. That is a huge lead. Well, let's see if they can keep this momentum up. Obviously, the game's not over just yet. But that whole, they can slow someone down with the Achilles shot, then speed themselves up with MyQ. And not to mention Jetpacks has his, his dash. That's a lot of mobility for their team. And if they're 3-on-1, you're not going to escape that team.
All right.
Ooh,
well,
this is going to be bad.
Yeah. He can Sonic zoom out. MYQ here in the bad position. 2 versus 3. Well, Raph just hitting that one beautifully, the rocket leap. Oh, Jetpack's going to the right because Red Wolf is joining from this side. He has to hit and run somehow. This is exactly the problem. Well, they are Rangers, but it's about the positioning. And once you have a bad positioning, wow, Red Wolf just picking up that kill here.
He's got boots in 8 seconds.
Whoa. Nice rocket leap, no chance. Well, look at me just getting that one. 6-4 the score, well, just 500 gold difference. Favor for Team Red 1. Therefore, we will see. Still very, very interesting gold mine. Almost, 50%. Nice amount of gold. And Raph just continuing his farm. 24 against 29. Red Wolf should join soon. There he comes.
Okay, so seeing Red Team 2 get out of this early game slump. We've seen them hit the mid game, getting relatively tanky. Look at me, it's going to be really hard to deal with now. Raph just needs that level 6 to get his ultimate online before they can really start to apply some power or apply some threat to the enemy team. And Red Wolf just barely running away from Deja there. He'll be fine. I really wonder though, Red Team 1, I feel like they can definitely snowball this game if they get a nice ace in the next couple of minutes. They have to be very careful. The longer this game goes on, the deadlier Red Team 2 will get, and the tankier they'll get. They will get the gold mine. Looking for the fight, looking for Deja, looking for Look at Me, and Raph might have just jumped a little bit too deep, but Jetpack's getting relatively low. The Suns comes in, and Look at Me will fall. The big red button comes in as well, and Red Wolf not even getting killed. He just barely survives. Jetpack's trying to kite. Red Wolf trying to help pop the ultimate in there, and Raph will fall to the burn, and Deja will die thereafter. Oh, Red Wolf, he might fall from this one, but he gets the kill, gets the ace just in time. And now they're going to be aggressive and push in a takeaway. I think some camps and maybe get some damage onto this first turret.
Amazing fight. First, looked like Team 2 is gonna make it, because Ref, well, that was an amazing big red button. And Jetpacks missed his ultimate, the wait for it, at all. So I think he didn't hit anyone.
No, he hit Raf.
He hit Ref?
Yeah, he hit Raf.
Okay. Well, therefore...
Just the silence part of it. I don't know about the damage part of it.
Okay. Great fight, both teams continuing their jungle. Let's have a look at the item builds here. Alright, look at me going for, well, what's Jetpacks actually went for in the last game, Shiver Steel and the Blazing Salvo. I think there is some action going on. Yeah, there is. So there comes a jump from Ref, and Jetpacks might fall first. Yes, he is. Immediately followed by Look at Me. 1-for-1 trade so far. There comes the Achilles shot onto Ref. MYQ following him. Well, Red Wolf picking up the kill. It's actually the right one who should pick it up. MYQ shouldn't. And, well, Adiga, he is picking up Red Wolf. Oh, it's interesting if he can escape, but I think, well, he can't. At least
2-1. Oh, he backs off.
Merkless pursuit out of that one. And there we can see MYQ here using that jump over the wall.
Okay, so a little bit of a tricky fight. Red Wolf and Jetpacks getting bursted down. Jetpacks been a little bit tankier now after that complete just lockdown that was used against him. Look at Me, pop Nilta onto him. Raf getting the stun. Deja there as well. And all they really need is just, you know, to escape that a little bit of Wamba combo of a stun, and they'll be really hard to really do much after that. Like Adija, if he can land an ultimate, Raf can land a good ultimate across the team, then that can turn the tides. But if their stuns get mitigated by Crucible or Reflex Block, then they're gonna have a really hard time pulling out the rest of that fight with the range advantage that Red Team 1's gonna have.
MYQ's going in, but Ref jumping in as well, receiving a 350 crit. MYQ, well, there comes the big red button missing, and the ultimate coming back, stunning Adiga actually. Well, it is Adiga picking up the kill, picking up the double kill, and the Wolves are dealing some damage here to Team Red 2 and Jetpacks. Well, it is all up to him. Can he counter?
Why are they fighting this?
Why are they fighting?
Oh, dear
this
Lord.
is the question I do also ask myself. Wow, Jetpacks just picking up the easy ace here. Well, Red Team was doing great, but then just pack your stuff and run back after that one.
Wow.
They didn't.
They didn't have the breath. They didn't have the breath. But yeah, that was... I don't even know why they tried to go in for the fight. It was a good job by Jetpacks to stay alive, and they were able to get Red Wolf down and MyQ as well. But you can't forget, like, you take down one range character, they still have another. And that's 14-9, about 9.5, 10 minutes in. And they do have a 3.3 thousand gold lead. That just seemed to continue to grow as time goes on.
All right. Gold miner over 3/4 full. So therefore, well, Red 2, they should try to get it. Might be a little bit too risky. I think they, concerning where they are currently going, they are just leaving that one untouched.
Okay, so seen items. Sorrowblade picked up for Red Wolf. He's got a lot of damage behind him. I'm just curious about Vox's build, because now he's going for a little bit of crystal power, it seems.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good choice. Just like to be also have some crystal damage, concerning the item builds from Red 2. Otherwise, they just go for like Atlas and try to block it.
Alright, Jetpacks trying to be aggressive in the jungle. We'll spot out Adija and he will back away. But they're starting to group up as a team a little bit more. They do have the turret advantage. Goldmine recently just paid out, so they have a little extra gold from that too. As you can see, extending to 4,000 gold difference. And they do have the infusion ready on Wolf to use. They're just waiting for that next moment. MyQ's got the fountain, so he can help keep them alive. This comp, it's working out, funny enough. It's really hard to run from this team. You kind of have to commit a fight to it with how well they can kite you, they can stutter step, not to mention the movement speeds and decrease speeds. Decrease speeds? Increase and decrease of speeds that they can apply to you and themselves.
Alright, well, Jetpacks, well, the Bonesaw is pretty interesting. I think he's going for Aftershock or something like this. At least this is where the items lead to. Well, anyway, not a lot of action here at minute 11:30. Team Red 2 sticking together like glue after the last two team fights, so They don't want to split up at all. I think this is the way they should go for. And the thing is, if Red 1 tries to split up themselves into different directions, once a team fight starting, just to kite the enemy, they should agree to focus only one target. And this is actually what they haven't been doing, I think. Well, there's the next fight. And look, MYQ receiving damage. He's the tank. No, get away from him. Hellfire Brew going for look at me. There comes the jump. Beautiful jump. Sonic zoom wall. There comes the big red button. Look at me is going down. And as well as Red Wolf. Well, Raf here and the... Well, yeah. No chance to escape. Adiga. He's the only guy, but, well, he was followed by Attack of the Pack, so therefore at least they know where he is.
Oh!
Yeah, just
got
time.
back.
16 to 10. Alright, Red 1 currently dominating that fight. I think they won the 5th cup in the finals against Red 2.
Yep, Red Team 1 has been able to.
They won the VGL finals against Red 2. So therefore, should be Red 2's turn now to show their brother, sister, uncle team, whatever Jason would like to call it, that they also have the chance. But well, this is the Engage 2 versus 3. MYQ versus Jetpacks here, but now Red Wolf is joining, and I think this might end bad for Red 2. But nice damage here from Raf, actually.
They're spreading out. They're trying to pull him in different directions, and that will be Raf going down to Red Wolf. He's going to be tanking up. Look at me. Adija trying to run away as Jetpack's there to help out. And again, they're just kiting so well. There's nothing that Red Team 2 can stop or to do to stop them. They have all these stuns, but even the stuns aren't enough to lock them down in place.
So look at me even can't follow them, because like Jetpacks is just Sonic zooming out, has a nice gap closer. Red Wolf anyway, he most of the time has a very, very good positioning. Therefore, well done. 18 to 10 here, finals of the 8th ESL Vainglory Cup Series. And Red Team 1, they are currently placed first, I think, the overall ranking. And Red Team 2, I think they are around about 4th or 5th, if I'm not
It's
wrong.
Red Team 1 first, 390 points. Collab in second. Red Team 2 is in 6th at 265 points.
All right, 6.
So a big difference in points for those two teams. But pretty much these two teams are now... I will say it. These two teams are 100% guaranteed to be in the finals now. 100%. Yeah, Red Team 1 was already guaranteed, but Red Team 2 now 100% confident they will be there. So they don't have to show too many strats in this finals or even in the next one. It's obviously they want to pick up the win. They want to be the best red team that's in the organization. But you don't have to show anything crazy until the 14th. That's where all the real money's won. That's where all the real glory and fame is.
All right, Goldminer just giving that money. So look at the gold gap. I mean, this is definitely a lot.
7,000?
Yeah, 7,000 after 50 minutes. I think Red Team 2, it's very unlikely that they can even recover from that one. But we will see.
If they're going to, it's got to last a long time. There's no way they can do it anytime soon, and even Mikey's going in. Adija not going to take too much damage just yet, but got to be relatively careful. And IQ is just not afraid. Like they're not expending cooldowns on him. There's no point. They're looking for Jetpacks who well, they didn't even commit to after they do get the stun onto him. Red Wolf is just trying to kite. He's gonna instantly be blown up. MyQ runs straight into the big red button, and this could be a fight that Red Team 2 could win. Jetpacks is gonna have to back away from this, and one stun's all it's gonna take to lock him down. I don't think they have anything to really stop him from getting completely locked. And well, it looks like they will be able to just barely escape this. He may be able to turn onto a DJ who's already very low on HP, but the stun comes in. Jetpacks almost going to burst down, but he does get the dash away. The smite's not going to be enough, and now Jetpacks doesn't really have much sustain after that. He will fall, but it will be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Red Team 2.
It was a good fight. Good focus. A bit lucky, but I think Ref29 hitting his big red button pretty okay. Dealing some nice damage, and therefore 2-1. Alright, he finished the Broken Myth, so therefore he's even trying to get more and more damage out of his ultimate, followed by the Metal Jacket, which I personally see very, very rarely. Well, actually, not the worst choice, because Jetpacks playing Vox and Red Wolf on Ringo, they are just going for pure weapon power, and well, this is the Clockwork, which does not provide any crystal power, so therefore armor is the topic for Red Team 2.
It does help, I mean, Jetpack's cooldown wise. Like, he can, you know, Sonic Zoom a lot more, but either way, they're starting off the Kraken. It's not falling actually that quickly, funny enough. Down about half. DJ going to be coming in to actually spot them doing this. And that's where they have to be very careful. They need to burst it down as quick as they possibly can. The Kraken popping the ultimates, bigger button, not going to be enough to steal it away, but Jetpacks will be taken down by it. And now they're forced to immediately retreat. Odisha trying to chase them away. Red Wolf trying to just kite them in between as they're doing damage to the Kraken as it has spawned or turned over. And look at me now looking for the chase on the Red Wolf. The ultimate hasn't come out. There it is. Lands on the Red. And a stun not lasting that long. And Raph trying to come in with the lead, but he gets stunned down. He gets locked up completely. And that would be the Goomba Stomp coming in from Raph to help finish off the kill. The Kraken, though, is on its way. Raph getting interrupted as he's backing away by the minion mine. The Kraken is now slowly walking past all the minions. It'd be funny if they can actually just step and instantly kill enemy minions that are under him or under her. But I don't think that's going to be a turret taken at all.
No, they are definitely taking that down very quick. Good fight. Maybe, well, I think talking about a comeback might be a bit too early, but they are on their way to do so. So 14 to 19 still for Red 1. Alright, double Sorrow Blade. Well, that hurts. Serpent Mask, nice lifesteal here. MYQ playing Fortress. Well, he has a Warhorn. I see this item also very rarely. I don't know. Have you seen it like over the
Just on Fortresses mostly.
Yeah.
Sometimes on Catherine's.
I mean, it's nice because of the immense movement speed it gives, but
well, I mean, it's perfect for their comp too, because Fortress can speed up someone if you attack that target, but also it can speed up his whole team to help them escape. Red Team 2 is trying to track them down. As long as they can kite, that's all they need to do to win these fights. And
absolutely.
they have to be very careful. Jetpacks needs to not walk into our big red button. That's also a really key point of how to not lose a fight, or how to lose a fight, I guess, if Jetpacks does walk into it. But they have the mobility. Now it's just about making it work. You know, the team's getting relatively tanky, so they're not able to take them down as quickly. They can't get away with as many mistakes as they've been able to in the past. But if they can get Red Team 2 in opposition, if Red Team 1 can dodge the correct abilities, then it should honestly be an easy fight for them. It's just about that initial start. Don't get caught out in the bad spot. Have everyone on your team there. Dodge the big red button. And then you should be good to go.
Well, yeah, they don't have actually a Crucible on Red Team 2, so therefore pretty hard to actually dodge the ultimate from Jetpacks or Hellfire Brew from Red Wolf. But I think it is about the lockdown from Raf and Adiga with their stuns, and of course look at me with the ulti in the end. Let's see.
I'm surprised Red Wolf didn't actually build any crit. Negative attack speed. I mean, attack speed I can understand because it was B, but didn't build much crit.
Just going for pure damage.
I feel like crits and lifesteal together are just ridiculous because you get a huge burst of health that the other team won't really expect. And I mean, honestly, you won't really expect either, but we'll see how it works out. 20 minutes in, this game lasting a little bit longer than the others that we've had. And it looks like Red Team want to group up and potentially force a push.
I don't know why they are actually going back, or why. Okay, seems like Adiga is going to buy something. There's no other reason to go back. Not a lot of action the last 1 or 2 minutes.
Doesn't the Thunderstrike off Jewel really stack up the broken myth really quickly?
Well, that is a pretty good question.
I think that's why his big red button just like did a ridiculous amount of damage, because he was able to stack it 3 times and then just unleash. That with the Shadow Glass is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if that one hits throughout the next fight, and could happen that.
I would love to see Jetpacks and Werewolf getting stunned together.
And then
a big red button across both of them, and they instantly just evaporate.
Just like we have seen the big crits from...
oh, Kraken's back up.
Oh.
Are they starting it?
Nope.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Just like we saw the big crits off Jewel in the past? Yeah.
That was amazing. All right, Red Wolf, he has 108, 109, 111. So ref, but he's also pretty good. 100, so therefore not too big after 21 minutes. I think that's pretty fine. Look at me, 45 creep kills and jetpacks. Well, he has 71. I mean, of course, cool. He's not the fastest jungler, but jetpacks is going more risky with the second ranger there.
I like what Look At Me's picked up. The breaking point. That's going to be pretty ridiculous in fights if he doesn't get focused on immediately.
Yep. But I mean, the bones off from jetpacks and together with the breaking point. It's interesting. There comes the Kraken. No vision, no mine, nothing. So they will just be notified when Kraken is captured. Nobody's going even to think about going there.
Nice Red World not taking this. He's got lifesteal.
There you go.
Alright, well, the Kraken buff might doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so what will they be accomplished with the Kraken this time? Last time it didn't do anything. I think it hit the turret twice and then it died.
Yeah.
Fusion's being popped. Raph has quite a bit of damage behind him.
And the clockwork, so it really wants to minimize the cooldown from, well, any spells he's actually using. Let's see what he has overdriven. Well, the ultimate, I mean, no doubt, but the Thunderstrike as well. Well, okay, there you go.
It's understandable.
Yep.
Alright, now the Kraken moving in. They do have the potential to poke down this tower. They also have to be careful. They don't want to be engaged on.
Yeah, now it's about really just try to take down the Kraken as soon as possible. But the good thing now is about Red 1, where they just have the Rangers. And look at this, the Blast Tremor and the ultimate. Well, he can't go in, he can't go out. Nice stun from Look At Me. And there he goes down, actually, from Hell's Hearth here. Greatly thrown. There comes the Rocket Leap from Ref, not hitting perfectly. And look at jetpacks. He tries to kite, taking one, taking two, and taking the third. There you go. Well, this is definitely the game, and this game we can call it GG. Winner of the 8th ESL Vainglory Cup Series is Red 1. Red 2, they are going home second.
Again, unfortunately, and Red Team 1 has now won 3 cups, if I'm not mistaken. Cup 5, Cup 6, and now Cup number 8.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, a lot. Definitely even died, really. Letting the Kraken finish it off.
And
Let her get a little bit of glory. That would have been funny if she died and then they didn't finish the game.
And if I'm not wrong, I think Red 1, they performed at the beginning very good at the ESL Cup Series and then dropped off somehow, like one cup or the
They got
other.
3rd place in the first cup.
Yeah.
Red Team 2 got 2nd. And then they weren't top 4 until
right.
Cup 4. They started to get some momentum back. I think they're running with a different lineup then, too. Like, they had to change around a couple of people in the roster, if I'm not mistaken. I could completely be mistaken, to be honest. We've had a lot of cups already. Like I said, 8 cups.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But they pick up the victory. They just give themselves the victor, and as a 3-time standing team, only team to do that so far. I think Collab's actually tied, or not tied, but in close second with 2. But I think that's going to do it for our shows. It was well played by both teams. It was really cool to see the double Ranger combo.
Yeah.
It worked out really well in the beginning. It had a couple of, speed bumps. There we go. But they got there in the end.
Yeah. Very, very good game. Asset, jetpacks, and it was Red Wolf. They did a great job with the kiting and with the movement speed provided by MYQ playing Fortress and the Warhorn. That was it. That was a really, really good game.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for us today here for Cut number 8 at ESL. We'll be bringing you Cut number 9 on Wednesday with Blueberries and myself. And then on Sunday, it should be the finals. So a week from today, we'll be here kicking off the finals with the top 8 teams throughout the entire season. Make sure to stay tuned. Gibbs from House of Batiatis will be breaking down the Cup after this. He'll be hosted on this stream. And I think he'll be playing some games himself. Maybe doing some ice giveaways. I'm not really sure on that one. But I would definitely assume it on my part. But anything else to say before we do head off?
It was a pleasure casting with you, as always. And yeah, we will see us Wednesday.
All right, guys. Well, make sure to tune in for that. Make sure to stick around for the stream after. And we'll see you in just a few days for Cup number 9.
원이다.